Hey, thanks for joining me. How much do you think federal employees can make every year as part of their salary? The answer might surprise you. I know we commonly think about civil servants earning less than average, or we don't think they can actually become millionaires or earn six-figure salaries. Well, that's not exactly true. If we first look at the GS pay scale, and we see from GS1 to GS15, you see a whole spectrum of pays. But let's focus down at the bottom, at the GS15. And we look, GS15, step 10. How much is that individual earning? And we see in most areas, a GS15 step 10 is making $143,000 a year. Now, this could be in a variety of different states. I would think Nebraska, Kansas City, Arkansas, Oklahoma, states like that. But if we start to focus in on the higher cost living areas, let's say New York City or Washington, D.C. or San Francisco, in these high cost areas, the cost of living allowance is increased. So a GS15 goes from making $143,000 a year, and they're now making $176,000 a year. Now you might be thinking to yourself, that's a good amount of money. There's a lot I can do with $176,000 a year. But it doesn't stop there. If you're ambitious enough, if you have the drive and you're networking properly, then you can actually reach the SES level, which stands for the Senior Executive Schedule. Now, when we're talking about SESs, let's think about military generals that are transitioning, or corporate executives at S&P 500 companies. So these type of individuals, or individuals that hold PhDs that are a master in their field. So these type of individuals, when they're getting into the government, they can sometimes earn the SES positions. Oh, and also political appointees. If your loyalty is with a political party and you have a political background, a lot of times you can be appointed to these levels as well. Now, in the executive service, your salary can actually reach up to $226,000 a year. But wait, that doesn't include performance bonus. With the performance bonus being on average between $12,000 and $15,000 a year, an SES can see their salary go from $226,000 up to $236,000 a year. Now, that's a lot of money by any standard. But there are some federal employees that make even more than that. You probably heard of Dr. Fauci. He made $436,000 in 2021. And it wasn't just him, but there are over 50 doctors that made over $400,000 a year last year. And these are federal employees. And you might be thinking, if I'm a federal government employee, well, that's probably not going to be me. And you could be right or you could be wrong. If you're living in a rural area, in a small populated city or town, the opportunities probably are not there. But if you're willing to relocate and go to one of these major metropolitan areas where they have these opportunities, where you can attend these leadership academies and network and meet the right individuals, and if you have the right strategy, you could end up being a GS15 or an SES or even a political appointee. It really depends upon you and what you desire. So, did you think that federal employees could actually make up to $400,000 or even $200,000 a year? I know that's not something that I always had in my mind. When I was in the military thinking about maybe I want to be a federal government employee, a lot of the people I was talking to were thinking about $60,000, $70,000 a year, something roughly somewhere around the average salary of the country. That was my first thought. What are your goals and aspirations? Can you see yourself being a GS15? And if so, how long will it take you to get there? Or an SES? Let me know down below. Well, that wraps up this video on top government jobs make this much. If you have any questions or comments or you felt like I missed something, please leave that down below. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.